Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the finale of CSGB Racing Season 2. The F2 boys are bringing you their sprint race here in Abu Dhabi to finish the season. It will be a reverse grid from last night's feature race, and it will be an interesting one. All positions are now confirmed, I believe, so it will be a race for fun and a race for pure pride. I'm hoping to see some great tussles like we did last night. Some nice clean racing, some great moves. So more of the same then from the lads hopefully tonight as they set up their cars for ready for the race, hopefully not forgetting setups, and get their strategic plans ready. I believe a soft medium is the quickest around this circuit this evening, especially for a 25%er. And overcuts and undercuts can become significant as those softer tyres pull out after a while. So 15 seconds left before this session starts. It will be interesting to see who takes which choice of tyres, and I'll run you through the starting order. Here we are then on the formation lap. Let me just run you through the order then. We have Rizanovsky starting on pole after finishing in the last place yesterday. We have Absi and a Haas starting P2. Jay, someone has dropped it on the... Okay, I mean that's a very Haas thing to do. Absi has dropped it on the formation lap. He is meant to be starting P2 and I guess he still will. I don't know how he's managed that. James in P3, Peldir P4, Thomas P5, Anton 6th, Kia 7th, Gogs 8th, Adam 9th, Liam 10th, Boas 11th, Exam 12th, Yigamol 13th, and Hookie in 14th. Absi is at the back, but he will be starting at the front as he's just decided to crash. But let's have a look at the tyres. We'll put that on. Tyre. And put that on for you. Okay, so Absi has gone on the mediums. Clearly not very warm at the start. So only 3 people choosing to go for the reverse. That is Absi and Haas, Boas and Yigamol. Yigamol and James struggling yesterday from their usual pace. Both changing assists and turning them on and off. So they are going for an early James starting in the front today, but Yigamol due to leaving, I believe. I can't remember. I think he left halfway through the race, so he doesn't get the benefits of finishing that position in this sprint race. Let's see if James has the pace as they come around the final corner to line up on the grid. Ready for the sprint race and lights out. The final time for this season as the cars make their way onto the grid. Absi, where is he? Just making his way through the field. Here he comes. This barge even out of the way, mate. Go on, lad. All the way through. Oh, only a Haas. Only a Haas. Only in a Haas will you do that. But let's get ready for lights out then, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready for the last time this season. The countdown has begun. The green light is showing. There's 5 red lights. We've got the glitch again. Man, it's just waiting. I'm as ready as you are for the final time. Are we going to get underway? Yes, they are. Here we go then in Abu Dhabi for the final time of the sprint race. The Alfa Romeo gets away well. And Absi slots in behind. There's movement behind, but as Thomas tries to make up some positions around the outside, the Ferrari spun around of Anton. And that has caused a big pile-up crash. That's a few people gone back. But Rizanovsky's got into first. Absi is held onto second, and there's a gap behind. There's a big crash in the opening lap there. And I believe we have a full course safety car. That looked like a big crash to me. Everybody backed into one another. Do we have anyone retiring? No, but there are on the table. There are currently 6 penalties already. That is Boa's getting a penalty for 5 seconds. Exam has no front wing, so I completely missed that. I'm not sure who's to blame, who's at fault, but there's a lot of front wing missing on a lot of cars. Let's just scroll through here from the front. Rizanovsky got away well, as did Abdi. Peldier's picked up a penalty, but these penalties may be removed because it's done with contact with cars under yellow flag conditions. The Alfa Romeo, has he got wing damage? Yes. James, has he got wing damage? No. Yigamol looks to be okay. The Renault, does he? No. The other McLaren seems to be unscathed, so the McLaren's not going to be doing any work. Boas has his whole front wing missing pretty much. Thomas, I can't see at the moment. Yep, has wing damage. Oh, there's carbon fibre everywhere. Anton is got away unscathed. Adam didn't. Gogs hasn't. And, well, that speaks for itself really, doesn't it, from exam. Carbon fibre all over the place. And we are under a safety car, and I assume a lot of people are coming to the pits now. Look at that. Everyone. It's going to be a pile up in it. It's a pit lane party for the last race of the season. An eventful first lap, lots of damage, but this will play into those who started on the soft hands as they can now go to the end on those mediums. Gigamol opts to go for the hard tyres. Every single person in the pit, bar Anton on the soft tyres. He is going to make the most of them and try and do a stop later on and hope they can come back through the field. Not a bad idea. Worth trying something different and go opposite to everyone else, as we're realistically going to have a full race restart in 1 or 2 laps time. Not the most entertaining, but sure is a bit of action as we ride on board behind the safety car. And there's still some people in the pit lane. The last person to leave is the Mercedes of Adam. Creeps around that corner. That is a horrible pit lane, I must say. Although you get a nice engine sound coming out the tunnel, but it's disgusting. Those walls are not your friend. So 6 people had penalties, and now they've served them in the pit lane, so that leaves only Boas and Thomas with a penalty. Let's have a look to see what that's for. There are 5-second penalties, so that must be collision under yellow flags, or severe collisions. I'm not sure why they haven't done them in the pit lane, but if everyone else has. But we're just waiting now for the field to gather back up, and then we should be back underway very shortly. It was a shame for Rizanovsky and Abzi, as they both got excellent starts and got away from the pack, but there was... I saw the Mercedes of, it was either Thomas or Adam, who went wide, and a Ferrari. I believe it must have been Boas who spun, and especially on the first corner, there's a very narrow exit, and clearly it's got the best of a lot of drivers, as there's not much reaction time in there. So they're coming now to begin the second lap behind a safety car. The field is just about to join on the back of each other, and I believe they will be in at the end of this lap. Who's in a good position here to win this race? I think James Dovey's got a good chance on his fresh mediums. He can find his pace he's shown all season. Boas is at the back of the grid again. He's got into the pit lane again and gone onto the medium tyres. So it's tactical from him. Good idea to go back onto the mediums because he knew the softs wouldn't go to the end. So he goes back on the mediums and joins at the back of the grid. So, can he repeat his actions from yesterday and get through the whole field? That will be interesting to see. Not too far behind. So it is a Ferrari sandwich for the pack. Anton has a lovely engine glitch, I believe. Is it him? I don't know. I can hear an engine ticking over. It's normally when someone resets the track that happens, but I'm not sure if they've patched it. Coming now down the back straight. field is a bit spread out. James just holding everyone up a little bit. As the yellow flags are still out. And Bowers did serve that pit penalty. So Thomas is the only one at the moment with the penalty. So it's going to be, it looks like it's going to be a 10-lap shootout for this race. The sprint race has just got a little bit shorter, and as you can see there at the bottom of the screen, the safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in this lap, which means we're ready to go racing very shortly. So it's Anton leading, who won last week's sprint race around Vietnam. As you can see, the safety car pulling away there. It's Rizanovsky and Abzi, the first and second on the grid this evening, starting, and now in second and third, as Anton is the only driver not to pit. Bowers, who's pitted twice just to get on the right set of tyres, is at the back. So it is a Ferrari sandwich to get us underway again. When will Anton go? Who can make an early move? There's a bit of a gap now, back to the Williams again. James has maybe been caught napping, as Anton has now taken us around the final corner and gets a nice little gap, which leaves Rizanovsky being backed into Abzi. But I can't see any moves being made at the moment at the front, as Anton's got a very nice restart. Liam has got... Oh, who's dropped down now? There's been a crash between the two McLarens. They both don't have any front wing. What is going on? Both McLarens have no front wing, and the weekend for Jägermol has gone from bad to worse. Kia has literally got nothing left as Anton pulls away on the soft tyres. The McLarens have seemed to have got themselves in a bit of a muddle there. And yet again, this track causing a few problems for these drivers at the moment. It's a very lively start to this last race of the season. But Rizanovsky is 1.3 seconds in the lead, as DRS will be enabled in a couple of laps' time. Leading away from Rizanovsky to Abzi, who is close behind him. A bit of a gap back to James, who seems to be struggling for a bit of pace at the moment. With Liam right up behind him. Just tucked in there, but there's a big gap forming as Exam has passed Hookie into the corner. Will Hookie come back at him? I don't think he will. And Exam gets that job done nicely. Jägermol attempt to go for corner cutting, but he does have no wing. I probably imagine he may retire, but there's no need really. We'll stay on board with this, as Kia gets a penalty as well. The McLaren boy is having an absolute nightmare. Can Hookie rein in the Williams driver, who showed a lot of pace in the feature race? And it's looking like he's shown it again, as he's just pulling away a little bit more. And we're runnable with Liam, who's looking to close in on James Dhabi. And the battle for the front is getting tight as well, so these lot catching with each other as Liam sets the fastest lap of the race. The field just separating itself like it did yesterday. It's only 9 laps to go now. This is a very short race. Alcee closing onto the back of the front pack as Kia retires. Doesn't choose to go to the end. I believe Jägermol will do the same. So that is both McLarens out of the session, and that is their season over. It's a shame to see, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Not a good day for McLaren, and that is the season done for them. Well done to them both for the season. As we'll jump back on board with Rizanovsky, as Adam has got past Hookie here, but Hookie's fought it back. Must have been outbroken himself, Adam. As Rizanovsky not close enough to make a move into turn 8. Through the freeway chicane we go. Anton seems to get the better exit there. Anton keeps his lead, but Anton does have the pit again. And the tightness of the field isn't looking good for him to try and get back into it. Bowers struggling on those new tyres, not trying to come back through the field again, just a little bit off the pace at the moment. And Goggs is struggling at the back as well. I'm not sure if he was involved in that spin with the McLarens, but the front pack, front 3, is now turning into a front 5. I'm sure this will close up with DRS as James sets the fast lap at 1:38.0. Good lap from him on those medium tyres as they come around turns 1 and 2 and 3. Rizanowski trying to find some space. But absolutely also wants a piece of the action. And now there's James and Liam ready to go on the medium tyres. Absolutely needs to get the most out of the sauce while it's still fresh. But I don't think that'll go to the end. Is anyone close enough to make a move? No, very separated, but there's a move going on back here between the Williams and the Alfa Romeo. The Williams sent down the inside Exam. Down the inside of Peldir. Looks like a fairly easy move with the DRS. Peldir seems to be a sitting duck. And Exam will get the exit as well. But Peldir comes back with DRS, will he? Well, yeah, he will. He's looking around the outside, but of course he's not close enough to make a move into there. And that is his position back into P8. As the front runners are getting very close now. James has got a very nice view of this. Liam's a little bit being left behind. There's Abs looking up the inside there. James late on the brakes. Closes the gap a little bit more, looking for a mistake. Abs putting a lot of pressure now on the Ferrari. Coming into turns 20 and 21 to finish lap 6. Anton pulls in and goes into the pit lane. So he's going for his pit stop, sure, for the medium tyres. And that gives Rizanowski a little bit of room now just to pull out. Maybe put a bit of pressure on Absi to try and defend from James. As Exam puts in the fastest lap, 37.8. Liam looking to make most of this, but about half a second separates the pair of them. And I believe if Absi can't close the gap, which he has done to under a second, so now he will have DRS. So he saved himself there, as James and Liam now going to be in this train. Be interesting to see if anyone can make a move while those gaps closing, or are they getting bigger? They seem to be staying the same, and that's what you expect, especially in the train. Who can get the best exit out of this chicane then? As the Williams of James looks to go up the inside, just trying to put a bit of pressure on Absi. You know, there's plenty of time left in the race as we go halfway through. If Bowers gets through on the racing point. Front wing open. It stays the same. James starts back out onto the racing line. Absi now getting a bit corner hungry. Cuts the corner as Thomas has passed the Williams of Exam here. Exam drops back. The Exam, I'm sure, will want that position. As the fight continues up ahead. It's very, very close racing. As you can see, plenty of cars passing through these corners into the final sector. Great speed carried through there by the lads. And again, we still have no changes. Rizanowski slowly pulling away. Absi, like I say, those soft tyres will slowly start to grain, and he may have to pit again. Rizanowski now got his lead up to a second again. And James is looking interested on the back of Absi. But Absi slowly pulls it back to under a second and will have DRS if he can hold it through the chicane, which it looks like he will. He gets to the detection point in time, but he may have just dropped out there, but we'll have to wait and see. As James is looking to pounce round the outside. Has he got the job done? Will they both have DRS? No. Absi doesn't have DRS and just missed out. So that could mean two people passing him. I don't think Liam's close enough, but James gets past and takes P2 here, but he won't have DRS for the next straight. And Absi's got to look to come back at him. Can Liam benefit from the two of them fighting? He has gained a bit of time on them. Will Exam look to get past Thomas here? Is he a sitting duck? DRS is out, DRS is open. And he makes the move into the triple chicane. And there's the Williams up into P5. A lovely move, nicely done, nicely controlled. Thomas, of course, having that penalty still, which possibly will get overturned. As it was a collision, that was not his fault. The game decides to put penalties on. But the good thing about league racing is that you have a steward's office and they can be overturned. Just an easy submission of a video and a steward panel will overturn it for you, which is a great addition with league racing. But these four still only separated by a couple of seconds. Which really, who's going to be the right man in the right place? Who's going to make a mistake first? As Anton sets the fastest lap, a 37.8. just as 1/10 quicker. As Absi's been backed off here into Liam, as those soft tyres are really going to start to feel the pain now. Absi has DRS, so just about saves himself, but the exit has caused him not to get it on the next turn. Here comes James though on Rizanovsky. He's going to make a move, not there I don't think, but maybe into the next one. We'll jump on board with this one for now, and then we'll look back at the fight between 3rd and 4th place. But Rizanovsky seems to have got the exit on. James there, but James is deploying his ERS and will have DRS, so can he make a move into the triple chicane? He looks right, he looks left and dives down the inside. And James gets the move done, lovely move, keeps the position he does. Does he try and fight around the outside? He doesn't. But Absi has kept 3rd position, so it's James from Rizanovsky, from Absi and Liam. And the racing has changed a few positions, as James will now look to try and pull away from the front and show his pace that he's been showing all season and prove why he is 2nd place in the championship. As Rizanovsky gets a bit of a slide on, but these 4 still competing very well and very hard. The rest of the field separated by a couple of seconds or so. The medium tyres are quite challenging around this track, as Liam tucks right in behind Absi. It's going to be thrown all over the place from the dirty air. As you see Exam behind them, just maybe waiting for a mistake, hoping for a mistake, as we start lap 10. I believe if Absi cannot close his gap, Liam will get him on the DRS straight. Has Absi done it? He seems to gain a lot of time in that corner. As Liam looking to the inside now, it's a nice move. He goes wide, does Absi, compromising himself after jumping into the deep end. Who's going to come back? It's Absi, it's Liam with the DRS. So Liam has timed that very well there and gets P3. Absi will come back at him. We'll jump back on board with Absi, who is on 7-lap old soft tyres. It'll be interesting to see if they can go to the end. But as you can see there, the grip level is just not matching those mediums at the moment, just falling off. But he will come back in with DRS, wide open. Is he close enough to make a move? I don't think so into this turn. And for the last section, he's slowly going to drop off with the grip levels. Cautious over the curbs. And Liam is going to try now to get on the Alfa Romeo. And as you can see, Liam just slightly pulling away from Absi. Not massively, but it is inevitable with those tyre choices. And his gap's down to nearly 9/10 now. And they'll probably be as Absi cuts the corner one too many times and takes a 3-second penalty. And that's not going to do him any good. So the field is very separated. We'll go back through the field as Mercedes and Tom just cross to the line and start lap 11. Hell dear, within a second of him. The only below 1 second gap we have. As Adam comes around turn 1. Bo is steaming in with his Ferrari teammate behind him. Hooky, who I haven't seen before. So it's my first time commentating on him. He's in currently P11. And Gogs, a long way down the road, back in P12. But nothing happening at the moment. Very spread out. Absi has that 3-second penalty. And soft, and dangerously soft grained tyres, which are not going to do him very good for this race. With 3 laps to go. Everyone's very evenly spread out amongst the top pack. So we're right on board with James. Just watch him ride, watch him drive, and see if any action happens elsewhere. As he goes past the marina and under the hotel. Whips it into turn 20, into turn 21. Abu Dhabi is a very fun track if you can hook up right. The curbs are nice and smooth. Nice runoff areas, nice big curbs. Restrictions are tight in terms of validations and invalidations. But we jump on board with Exam here, as he is very close up behind Absi, who was dropping off like I predicted he would on those soft tyres. And Absi isn't going to have DRS for next straight, and Exam will want to get into 4th position. sandwiched between two people with penalties. He knows he can get that position and maybe jump onto the leader. The leading three. There's Abzi, he's a sitting duck there. The move is almost done before the DRS zone. Is Abzi going to look down the inside? I don't think he does. He doesn't have the pace. And Exam should have the superior grip levels to get out of this corner quickly, which he does. I don't think he's going to be caught down this straight. And he's not. So Exam into P4 quite comfortably. And now Abzi just needs to hold on, look after his tyres, but I can tell you that they're not going to be feeling particularly nice at all. Done 9 laps on them. Decided to pit for them under the safety car. As Tom, as you can see, is just closing the gap very slightly as Liam gets into DRS range of Ryzanowski. No one behind him after Exam and Abzi scrap. Liam now just slowly reeling him in as James has pulled away, but Bowers has picked up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings as he sits in 9th position. So maybe the move for new mediums wasn't the best idea for him. As Hookie picks up a 3-second penalty. But as you can tell, you can see the people that have gone to the mediums after the safety car. Oh, there's a Haas going slowly. Has he got a puncture? I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Oh, he's lost his front wing. Absolutely. He's had a crash. So clearly those soft tyres haven't lasted 10 laps. He's spun it somewhere, or he's got a puncture into the wall. And he has dropped down positions. And he's just going to be there for taking from the people behind him. Liam not close enough to make a move on this occasion. What was I saying? I was talking about the tyre choice. It's why I always like to start the soft tyres on sprint races, because the chance of a first lap safety car, you don't have to stop. As Peldir picks up a 3-second penalty. And Ryzanowski cuts the corner there a little bit. Starting on the soft tyres is probably the best choice for a sprint race. Even if it's not the fastest track, it's always going to be one that'll get you to the end of the one stop, because you can always change to the mediums on lap 1 and you can bring it across the line. But James starts the final lap of this sprint race. Seems to have been a quick one tonight. It's gone quite quickly the last 10 laps due after the safety car. He is 2.8 seconds and no mistakes, and he'll bring back the win and himself some nice points. Ryzanowski is in second place with James within DRS range. So this is the only move at the moment that looks like it could be made. As Bowers and his teammate are getting close as well, but we'll stay on board with this one because the DRS is about to be opened. 6 temps in it. Very little ERS for Liam. But he will close the gap and get a second chance down the second straight. Hard on the brakes like he has to be. That's a lovely brake. Gets him right up the backside as Ryzanowski's had to feel the pressure of that one. And can he make a move into this corner? The brake there from Liam may have actually gained in a position. He's running low on ERS. He's looking around the outside. They've touched. He's pushed him wide. It's not looked great. Liam has got a penalty, but that will be removed because that is a racing incident. That is not done on purpose. Liam tries to squeeze through. Can he keep the position? No. Ryzanowski's knocked him over the curb twice there. Maybe a little bit of movement under the braking zone from Ryzanowski. It didn't look great. It looked messy. But James is carrying around the final couple of corners, turn 19. And I don't think Liam's going to get back at Ryzanowski there, as Liam has picked up a penalty. But that did look forced. As James finishes the season with a win for the F2 division. Finishes the season in style. As Ryzanowski comes across to take second place. Liam takes third on the track, but Exam takes it on the scoreboard. Liam in fourth, but I imagine he maybe puts up to third again. The Mercedes in P5 and 6. Peldir in P7. Anton clips his teammate to the line in P8. Bowers P9. I feel like he may be disappointed with that result. from his high standards he set all season. Hooky came around the last corner nice and quickly, as you can see, absolutely top speed. That's brilliant from him. Look at him go, flying. He's let Absi go ahead of him, so Absi takes 10th. Hooky in 11th, and Gogs in P12. James says no spins, so that is a absolute miracle, James. No spins today. Did you turn your traction control off? Did you have no assists? Be just to tell, but there's a double Williams podium. Not something you see very often in real life, but the Williams boys showing great pace here today, joined by the Alfa Romeo. And it has been an absolutely amazing last race of the season. As James still has his traction control still off. But yeah, it's a great race from you, James. Slowly picking it up, mate. Slowly picking it up, looking good. Absolutely terrific stuff from you, mate. Well done. And a great end to the season. Controlled nicely, wait for your moves. Very nice indeed. So here's your final standings for the final race of the season. James wins and takes the final 25 points on offer. So that's James on the top of the Williams. Riznovsky second. Exam takes third. Liam in fourth. The Mercedes duo of Adam and Thomas in fifth and sixth. Peldier takes seventh. Ferrari boys in eighth and ninth. Haas take 10th with Absi. Hooky takes 11th place. Gogs in 12th. And the two McLarens having an absolute stinker tonight, and not at the end of the season that they would have wanted, but that's the way things go sometimes in Formula 1. That's the way things go sometimes in all sports in general. But that's it from me for the season. It's been an absolute pleasure to take over commentary for the last 4 races of the season. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The boys have put on a show for everyone. And I'll catch you next season. Hopefully, all things going ahead, I can do it again. Wherever I'm needed, wherever I'll be, I'm happy to do it again. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. And also go and check out CSGB, the host of this league. I will be commentating, if I am next season, on that channel. They will be making a new one. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and it's been an amazing season. Thank you, and goodbye.